Happy Sunday, everybody. This is your commish with the dish, Adam Bullock, here for Pigskin Isn't Just for Cooking podcast, here with Evan Forbes, a.k.a. Kissing Cousins. Happy Sunday.
Yeah, man. It's a nice little Sunday episode.
It's going to be a weird one.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a weird one, not our normal structure, and we're super winging it.
Right, yeah, I had some COVID stuff in the family, but, you know, this still brings us joy, so we still want to do it.
Yeah,
and for everybody.
Obviously, everyone in the league, including myself, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Super concerned and send you our worry and thoughts and maybe prayers for those who
good feelings, prayers. Yeah. I'll take it all.
Absolutely.
It's all good. But yeah, like I said, we're going to just try to fly through this one so we can go and watch some football ourselves.
Because it is live. It is 12:51 on Sunday the 6th, so noon games are happening. People already have touchdowns. So
I haven't watched any football, and I have no notifications on my phone, which means my team is just shitting the bed.
So on the way over here, Hulu is doing this free preview for Red Zone. And so I was listening to that on the way to Adams, which is about a 20-minute drive. And, dude, in the time that I drove, I heard Justin Jefferson get a touchdown, Raul's guy. Joe Mixon get a touchdown, Raul's guy. Raheem Mostert get a touchdown, Raul's guy. Josh Allen got a touchdown, had it reversed because he was down before he broke the plane.
Yeah.
But then he snuck it in on the next play for a touchdown. I'm just listening to all this happening. I'm
so
like,
just
oh my
Raul
God,
scoring all these
just
damn touchdowns.
dripping in TDs within the first quarter of. That's gross, dude.
Aren't we just?
So that's Raul's spot for the episode. You will get no more time from me.
We're done with you. You score points. We get it. You won 3 times in a row.
You were mentioned in the episode, and that's about as much as you're going to get. Because I have played Raul this week, so yeah, it's tough. Yeah. Tough to listen to.
Yeah, so true. Fun things, though. We have no corrections.
Yeah.
From our last episode. But it was trade deadline.
Sure, so we got some news for
lots of stuff happened.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oops?
Oops, like that's the best job you've ever done, oops, right?
Please tell me you did not just make a mistake.
Well, half of one.
Oops.
So that was my mistake. That's for the episode, and that'll be for next episode. There's your corrections, fellas. So now let's really talk about the news.
Yes.
Who will the Patriots' #1 receiver be this weekend? My brothers are fantasy warriors. We share our knowledge with one another. Whatever my brother knows, I know. And all of their knowledge will be mine.
I'm gonna crush you guys this week.
Today and tomorrow, you're going to crush us.
Football is going on
right now.
Here we are podcasting.
Talking about it
last week's football. All right, trade deadlines. We got maybe 3, 6, 9, 8, 9 to 8 big trades that happened. Starting off, TJ Hawkinson to the Vikings.
That's your guy, and that's because Irv Smith is out for 4 to 8 weeks. I'm assuming that was one of the main reasons.
I got to say so. They only have 1 loss, right? So they're looking at a big playoff push.
Is that right? 1 loss?
I think they're 6-1.
So you're happy about that, I'm assuming. I'm assuming you were very pleased with that news.
That's a tough one.
Oh.
Yes, I am very pleased. I think it's from one great offense to another for TJ Hawkinson. Yep. I mean, when you look at it, the Lions still are top 5 scorers, so they're scoring points.
The Lions, they've actually
Vikings
dropped a little bit. Yeah, the sheet right here. The Lions are actually middling, 173, but that's without a game.
Right.
That's a bye week, so they're still middling. Yeah, they are still doing work, and
well, they're outscoring the Vikings, and so that's what makes me a little bit worried.
Okay.
About that. But
do you think he's getting a better quarterback going to the Vikings?
Absolutely.
Right on.
I think it's a better situation and all, but I mean we don't know. I mean, Irv Smith was supposed to be having a great season,
and he
started off that way.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of mouths to feed.
Sure, that is tough.
I have Dalvin Cook on my team as well, so it's like, oh shoot, I hate playing too many people on one team.
Right. No, I hear you there. Yeah, and that Smith, I was trying to find out who had Irv Smith.
I think that's Melvin.
I wanted to say Melvin, but
Irv the Nerve.
I think
is what he called.
Oh, is that his nickname?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Goodbye, Irv Smith.
Yeah.
You're out for the season.
Bummer. We'll see you next year.
Yeah, maybe not on the Vikings though.
Interesting.
They just went all in. So this was going to be the 5th-year option for TJ.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's going to be prolific in itself. Just unless they I don't know why they wouldn't pick up his option.
Sure.
Just going from to trading him, for him, trade picks for him, not to have him next year. But I think he's a long-term person on.
You would think
on the Vikings.
You would think.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Next up, Chase Claypool to the Bears.
This was probably the one I was most excited for, even though I don't have Chase Claypool. That is one of Raul's guy. He had a couple fellas, as did you, in these trade deadlines. I was most excited for him because Bears are getting him, and I've been a fan of Chase Claypool. I mean, he's had his good games. It's just been hit and miss. He was coming in at the end of Roethlisberger's career. But yeah, I think he's a talented guy. Today and tomorrow, next week will be kind of, we'll see what's going on. But yeah, just for your thoughts, we haven't gotten to running backs because Hockenson was tight end. This guy's a receiver. But I'm curious to see who do you think is going to be most productive, if not this week, next week, of all these trades.
Of all these trades?
Yeah.
That's a tough one because, one, it was on my birthday on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
November 1st, trade day. For sure. Yeah. But that doesn't give a lot of time for turnaround.
And that's what I was hoping for, maybe a next week. Who do you think is going to be most productive? Not today and tomorrow, but next week.
Next week, I think it's going to be Nyheim Hines.
Really? Because I was thinking Claypool. And I was like, well, it might not be fair because most of these guys are running backs. But I was thinking Claypool against the Lions next week. He might do some work.
Yeah. I haven't looked at next week's matchup, so
I only know.
Good for you, man.
Well, I only know about it because we're going to the Lions game next week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We're going to be there.
Super excited for
in
you,
Chicago for it. Yeah, it should be a really good time.
Yeah, but I see Nyheim Hines, maybe Jeff Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Claypool's definitely up there. Hawkinson's going to be good.
Yeah,
that's going to be, but
for sure.
Yeah, we'll see.
So yeah, it's good for Raul, for Claypool, and then a guy you didn't mention, Edmonds, Raul also has, and he went to the Broncos.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think about that one, to be very honest.
Okay.
Chase Edmonds is good.
Mm-hmm.
Always liked him.
Mm-hmm.
I traded him.
And then
You traded him.
Mm-hmm.
The Broncos, they need help over there. I think potentially it's a good spot for him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just unsure because everywhere he's gone, he just keeps slightly going, down the rabbit hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I do know what you mean. Yeah, you just want him somewhere where he's going to actually be productive. He's going to have an actual role in the offense.
And in Miami, that's what we thought he was going to have.
Right.
Because he had the biggest contract out of all the running backs.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Even over Mostert and
yeah.
But
Mostert showed up. Speaking of the Dolphins, Jeff Wilson traded to the Dolphins, so it's
Johnny's guy.
That it's a reunion for Wilson and Mostert because they were both 49ers.
Oh, okay. Is that right?
Last year. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Which is fun. I think Jeff Wilson is super good.
You think that, and I mean, obviously losing. I mean, Chase Edmonds doesn't really hurt the Dolphins a whole lot. They weren't really utilizing him a whole lot.
Right. It's the Mostert show over there, and
you think Jeff Wilson's just going to help kind of boost that offense up a little bit more?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think he's going to take over as the number one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You think he's going to go over Mostert?
Yes.
Oh, so if you're Raul, you're a little nervous Nelly over there with Wilson coming over?
Absolutely. I think Wilson has the potential to be the number one over there. They're both injury prone.
Okay.
Which is a little off, but...
and you have no idea what's going on in the games right now, just so
no
everyone's clear.
Clue.
Yeah, you haven't watched anything. You haven't checked the app for scores or anything.
No,
so
I got one notification, but I haven't checked it.
Yeah.
Because apparently doesn't recognize my face at the moment.
Oh, okay,
You
for
know.
sure. It's the headphones. Right on. So after that, I guess we'll go to Calvin Ridley. He is on the Jaguars now. Mile High's guy.
Well, he's out for the entire season. He's suspended for betting on himself.
Is it the whole season?
Yeah, he's
I
not playing this year.
Thought he was coming back towards the end.
No,
Oh, okay.
he's out the whole season. These are future plans for the
Yeah.
Jaguars. It doesn't make any sense to me. I have no idea why.
Trading a suspended guy.
Why going for a suspended guy?
Right. I mean, you're really cashing in this season at that point, almost. I mean, you're obviously not. It's not going to help you this year whatsoever.
I mean,
If that's
yeah.
what
I
you're
mean,
saying, yeah.
they're building around their new young quarterback. Obviously, getting weapons. Christian Kirk's over there, but I mean, what?
Makes you upset.
I'm so confused by
Makes you
this.
upset.
I'm so confused. Calvin Ridley traded to the Jaguars, not playing this year at all. Suspended. I don't know. I feel like he's bad in the locker room.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm speculating at this point.
For sure. I love it. That's what we do. That's the best.
But, I mean, come on. Let's give all this capital away for a person that's not going to play.
Right.
But
I hear you.
I don't know. They're not playing fantasy football. They're playing real football. I guess.
Exactly.
So-
They're trying to win championships and win millions of dollars, and we're just trying to, win a trophy. And, the money really doesn't even concern me at the end of the day. It's really, I want the trophy, and I just want,
Yeah, I won the trophy too, so I can send illicit trophy pics to everybody.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it. let's move right along. Nyheim Hines
Yeah, another one
also
of your guys.
traded to the Bills.
Yeah.
I quoted, I'm like, I want birthday wishes. I know Hines is going. I think this is fantastic. Hines at the Bills is going to be awesome.
So are you thinking he might be the most productive of all these guys? If not next
Well, I'm
week,
hoping. I'm a
for the
little
rest of the
biased.
season? Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I'm a little biased.
He's got to get past Singletary,
Singletary's number one over there.
and he does a lot of work.
Yes, and he's good.
And he's good.
And he runs like he means it. It's
He is a guy that might need a little bit of a breather making this in this last, playoff push. Not that the Bills,
right.
Bills are pretty solid right now, so your guy might get some work here for our playoffs.
There's a lot of mouths to feed over there at the Bills. I was talking with Raul briefly about it. He's a little bit worried about Hines, and I'm just like, well, Josh Allen's the real, goal line rusher anyway.
Yeah, right.
So he's overthinking the situation a bit from what we talked about. But
For sure.
this is great.
Great for
I'm
you.
super excited.
You love it.
For Hines, the Colts did swap Zach Moss to the Colts.
That's my guy.
Yes.
I've been sitting on him. I'm just waiting for him to land somewhere and do something.
Is he? Do you think he's going to play this week?
This week?
I mean, Taylor's out.
No, they've got Deion Jackson
Right.
going. And
I think he's his second year. It's his third year, maybe.
yeah, I think that's Raul's guy. I don't know if he's playing him today.
Probably not.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. I don't know. Zach Moss is one of those guys that he can do some stuff, but he's a constantly third string running back,
Right.
and he just never has a chance to do anything. But I'll be damned if I let him go, and then all of a sudden,
He just blows up.
you know what I mean?
I would have loved Chase Edmonds to the Colts. That would have been fun.
Yeah, but he didn't. He
But
wouldn't do it.
Zach Moss, I think that's a downgrade from Hines. But
Yeah.
Hines
sure.
got 3 years extra on Moss, I believe, if I read it right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens.
We will see.
Yeah. So those are the big trades.
Yeah.
Some notable outs. Michael Thomas. His toe is separated from his foot.
That's tough.
He's on the IR. Probably out for the rest of the season.
They're thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
I think he's done for.
Yeah.
I don't see him.
Oh, just like
I don't see him coming
career-wise?
back at all in football. Dude, this is year 3 of his injury woes.
Yeah.
So he might come back to play football, but fantasy relevant, I think he's done. It's
about that time, huh?
Yeah, he's 29. So maybe a few years left at his peak. But no, if he can't keep his toes on his foot, It's gonna be tough.
Can't have your toes falling apart on the field mid-game. Can't have it.
All of it. It's the past 3 years. I mean, he hasn't played, but maybe 3 games in the past 3 years?
Yeah, man. He's, you know what, frustrating at best on your team.
Yeah.
On whose team? Is it Raul?
I know, yeah. Raul, I almost traded for him. I know Raul's been trying to shop him for a while now.
And this is almost best case scenario for Raul. Because now you can officially cut ties and you probably won't regret. There's a 80% chance you will not regret either getting rid of him completely or trading him away.
Well, no one's going to trade for him now.
Because that's going to be tough. Exactly. So
yeah, no one's trading for him now. Yeah. Him being injured yet some more.
Maybe Dan. I don't know. Dan doesn't listen to this, and you probably could sweet talk Dan into doing something
Well, guess
stupid.
what? There might be Michael Thomas out there on the waiver wire for people who are really worried about the waiver wire.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that waiver wire. Ooh. Oh, yeah.
There's got to be more people.
People are upset about it. Well, it's funny because Johnny, dude. Yeah, you're upset because you have too many spots on your bench. Get out of town, dude.
Too many spots to hold awesome players on your bench.
It's not because, he's got he doesn't. It's because he has 2 backup running backs to start this week. He doesn't have a starting running back on his team right now. And it's like, okay, well, I guess I understand why you're a little upset that we all have all the running
bye week blues.
But,
oh, man.
That's tough. That's life, man. That's fantasy football, bud. You got to think ahead a little bit. Like, it's not an accident. I had 16 running backs. I got rid of a few this week getting all those tight ends because, I had to do what I did.
You were playing the opposite end of fantasy football.
Dude, okay, all disclosure. I felt, I didn't feel good about it because, I don't know. It doesn't say you can't do that, right? You can't just pick up a bunch of players you're not going to play just to screw over your opponent for the week.
That's fantasy football. I think that's
football.
A good play.
I don't know. Like I said, I talked to my wife because Raul is funny. He's talking to Amanda about it. I was talking to my wife the same thing. I was like, I think I want to do this, but I just don't feel good about it.
As long as you're not spending all your money, on those players. But
right. I mean, I spent $12, and that was the thing. It's because it was against Raul. Dude, we're in that playoff push right now. We are tied. Me and Raul are tied.
Right. 5-3.
If I got to say it, I will. But me and him are the top scorers in the league right now. So it's a big.
I'm blowing raspberries.
This is a big. Yeah, he's doing the
old jerk off.
The old jerk off motion. So this is a big week for me, and I was like, dude, if I got to play a little dirty and spend a little bit of money to hopefully get a win, which is not even guaranteed right now. Like I said, Raul got a ton of touchdowns on my way here. So
yeah, I have no idea. I haven't checked it.
It's tough
because apparently I put the podcast above fantasy football, even though it's a fantasy football podcast.
That's your commission duty, is apparently. Man.
I know, right? I'm so good at what I do, right?
Can't help it. You want to get into the weekly report then?
Yeah, let's jump right on in.
Now, let's see if I can't do the right sound cue for this. I don't know why it won't let me pull this up.
Oh, no. Is it not working?
No, it's not. Something happened to it, and I don't know what I did. So, I will just have to put it in later, I guess.
Should I make some awesome sounds?
You can.
Yeah, this is the weekly report. Yay!
That's it. That's the sound cue. That's the new one.
Got it. Weekly report. Highest scorer. Dan Cook. 219 points. Awesome. 0.62 added on there. Killing it. Dan, on a yearly fantasy football basis, can't make playoffs, but will have the most highest scores.
Yeah, it's the wildest thing. Like he scored over 200 points this year already.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude scores points, but will never. It's always in the bottom of the league.
What are you gonna do?
I don't understand it.
What are you gonna do?
It's so funny. Lowest score this week, Beetle, with a whopping 97.61 points.
Yeah, it was a bummer.
Yeah, dude. He's hitting some injury woes, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's not even bye week blues, it's injury blues for him as well. I mean, he does have some. We all have bye week issues. That's everybody in the league's gonna have bye week issues.
Yeah, that's called the bye week.
Yes, you can plan for it, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah, make trades, get on that waiver wire. Who the fuck does?
Just filter through the nonsense and garbage that's left on that thing.
Yuck.
Oh, boy. Today's waiver wire might be tomorrow's star, Johnny. All right, so just stop crying.
We love it. Big players of the week. QB of the week, Tua.
Yeah.
With 36 points.
Had a good day.
Of course, on Dan's team. Big running back. Best running back in our league. Tony Pollard. On Dan's team with 41 points. Get out of here, Dan.
Two of them. Stuff. Had 2 of them.
Biggest wide receiver of the week on Melvin's team, A.J. Brown. Scored 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Got randomly a drug test afterwards.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because of his issues before?
No, because he had such a stellar game.
Oh, is that right?
He got the random drug test. Random in quotes. You guys can't see my air quotes. I'm air quoting like
hell
crazy.
Out of this. He's gonna dislocate his knuckles.
Oh,
I thought he had issues before.
With drugs?
Yeah. AJ Brown.
Oh, maybe.
Am I thinking AJ Green?
Did he have any weed issues? AJ Brown. Different color. I'm so confused.
I thought AJ Brown had some like weed issues and stuff. Or maybe that might have been AJ Green from the Bengals and then wherever. You know.
Well, he's on Arizona now, but
that's right.
No, I don't remember anything. I mean, he's no Blackman, who was always kicked out of the league for weed for some reason.
Okay,
he loved it. But yeah, he got randomly chested. Oh yeah. Zach Ertz, tight end of the week with 13 points.
Mm-hmm.
That's the highest tight end score.
It was not a good week for tight ends, right?
I'm so
it was
surprised by that.
Well, unless bench warmers outscored our tight end this week, right? Our bench warmer tight end had a huge day.
Right. So Beatles tight end.
But yeah, just Mark Andrews didn't really do anything. Nobody's.
But yeah, across the league, our highest scoring tight end was 13 points.
Yeah, starting tight end. That's rough.
I know, right?
Rough.
Pretty crazy. And then defense of the week was myself with the Eagles. Get it? I really thought I'm gonna jump into the Thursday game real quick. I really thought they were just going to trounce the Texans.
It was weird.
The Texans, missing all of their offense, showed up.
It was weird, especially in the beginning of the game. It's like, oh, what? Okay.
Yeah. Philip Dorsett. Where'd this guy? What?
But we both picked the Eagles for that Thursday game, and we both came away with the win.
I think they just got the under. I think it was 13 points over under. They were 12 above.
What did the Eagles defense do this week?
17 points.
Oh, okay. So still a solid outing.
It's okay.
I think
want 28 points every time. That's how you win fantasy leagues, is a good defense.
And it's for a undefeated team, so that helps.
Right.
So I'll get into the bench warmers. Heineke, Taylor, Heineke for the Commanders. Johnny's got him. Bench warmer QB of the week with 28.81.
Whom he got off the waiver wire. I'm laying straight in. I don't care.
Dude, were you just waiting for that? Or that's awesome, dude. That's amazing. Yeah, so
we spent $50 on the waiver wire.
God, call the ambulance. 28.81 on Johnny's bench. So there you go. Waiver wire material no longer. Running back of the week, Dante Foreman, the new Carolina. Not Carolina.
Yeah, should have another good week this week.
Yeah, because Chuba Hubbard today. This week, it's today. They're playing right now. Oh, my
God, it's...
Carolina's playing right now.
Football's going on right now. What are we doing potting? We should go watch football.
Yes, Dante Foreman should have a good game today. I hope not, because, again, I'm playing Raul. But on his bench last week, he got 31.8. Woof, that makes me nervous for today. My wide receiver, Rondale Moore, was on my bench with 19.9 points.
That's a tough one.
I left him on my bench today. I decided to opt for the 2 tight end option for my flex.
Oh, double-ending it.
I want to play Gerald Everett because you got Allen out, you got Williams out.
That's a great play. I think we were talking about it last night.
Yeah,
Everett's the play.
Yeah, so I left Everett in. I took Rondale Moore out, even though it's a home game for Arizona, but I might regret it later. What are you going to do? Tyler Conklin, though, was Beatles tight end bench warmer with 25.9. So Solid outing from him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just wasn't in a starting lineup. And then last but not least, Dan did have the bench-warming defense of the week, which even outscored your defense.
Right. That's what I was just about to quote. It's would have been the top defense of the week.
So that would have been even more juicy points for Dan, which obviously he didn't need, but there you go. And 29.64 on Dan's bench.
Oh, juicy Dan.
Woo! Juicy points.
Doing it right. Winning week. Like, he's won his money back at this point.
Yeah.
But I still don't think he's going to make the playoffs, which is so wild.
He might.
To me.
He might.
But, there's a 5-way tie for second place.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I'm going to go into real quick the week 8 matchup reviews.
We want to fly through this. We're not going to.
Yes.
Fellas, sorry. I love talking about everybody's team. I try to cut it back every week we do it, but I just love talking about all the players. But this week we are going to just.
I'm literally just going to the matchup. So Dan versus Mile High. Dan won 219 points to 121.
Mm-hmm.
Tough showing for Mile High.
Yeah.
He definitely had bye week blues.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Melvin versus Johnny, pretty close. The fun matchup of the week. I was watching this one.
Melvin and Johnny.
Yeah. Because they were head to head most of the time until finally Melvin edged out Johnny 199.
In a Monday, dude, I love these Monday games, right? Because same thing. Was it you this week?
I have I think I have 2 Monday players this week.
Well, you end up beating Raul last week, but it's just, your players are done. Your guy you're going against has players Monday. All you can do is just sit and watch it happen, dude.
Be patient, twiddle your thumb, bite your fingernails off.
Oh, dude, those Monday matchups, they are tense.
You last week, really scoring well, 191, defeating Beetle to his 97 points.
Yeah.
That wasn't very fair. I feel bad for Beetle sometimes.
I felt bad for Beetle, but hey, I think I'm going to see Beetle today, hopefully. We got to get up with Beetle maybe on a break and see if he wants to meet up just real fast.
Yeah, I messaged him.
Oh, cool.
Before we sat down. So hey, Bunny's in an hour.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I'm trying to, let's keep this at an hour.
I like this. Hey, we're at 27 minutes. We're gravy.
Big matchup this week.
Yeah.
Myself versus Raul. I won it. 174 to 150.
You did. You beat Raul. You took him down to our level.
Yes.
Right? Meaning you, me, I think Dan's at
Dan, Johnny.
Yeah.
Melvin's 1 game out.
Yeah, we're all at that 5-3 level. Melvin and Mile High, they're at 3-5, so they're 2 games out.
Yeah, I'm doing better than last year, so I'm happy about that.
Daskell lost last week. 1, 2, and 3 all lost last week, right? Daskell, Raul, and Johnny,
right,
all lost.
Yeah,
I was 4th, and that's what bumped me up over Johnny.
You were the only movement. You moved up 1. Other than that, the movement of the week was nil.
I did not even notice that. Me and Johnny were the ones that moved. We just
everyone else stayed
places.
The same.
Yeah, man, it's going to come down to scores every single year. It's going to come down to those scores. It's good.
The move to Dynasty has been really great.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I love all those bench positions. I understand that 6 people go to playoffs first to get bye weeks. But this week I was saying you got a 1 and 4 playing a 2 and 3, right? Yeah. You got Daskell and Johnny, and then me and Raul.
Yeah, I just want to be the asshole.
I know. I was
feeling left out.
I love it.
Hey guys, the top 6 players make.
But right now, I mean, it's like I said, we all the playoff potentials right now 1 through 6 have 2-game lead over the bottom next 2.
And 2 games isn't a lot.
It's not a lot, especially when you're in the middle of bye weeks.
Right.
Which this week there's a lot. There's a lot of teams on bye.
Anything could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, well, at least the benefit of winning the toilet trophy, you get first draft pick.
So
I'm like,
that's why you don't tank your team at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's
you want to. Yeah,
I built that specifically for that.
Johnny complaining about not enough player or too many players on his team. This guy
too many players on my team.
Fucking purged his team 3 years ago just out of spite.
Oh my god. That's the quote you were mentioning.
Yo, that's what I was.
Yeah, the 2019 I'm done. I hate it all. Let me just drop every single fucking player.
The great roster purge of 2019.
God
I couldn't remember what year it was. I couldn't remember if it was 2020 or 2019.
No, I think you're right.
So
that
good.
was a pain in my ass.
So
I think I was in last place that year too. So I'm like, I don't give a
because
fuck what's
I think
going
that
on.
was Raul's first year in, right? And
No,
and
his first year
was 19 because
Okay, yeah.
that's what, and we had never had like something like that happen, so there was no precedent for it.
Yep.
And it's like, I don't know, what the fuck do we do?
Let me fix it.
Yeah.
Here comes I put on my commish
boy.
bibs, big boy.
Oh boy. So that means Raul's first one does come with an asterisk.
Well, no, his first year in, I won.
Is that right?
Yeah, because that's when we did our draft at Crane Alley upstairs.
The mezzanine. So has he been in 4 years? I thought he won his first year in.
No, I won his first year.
Fellas, check it. We might have a correction. Raul, tell us, because I don't know.
I got the placards to prove it. I just gotta get the trophy bag to put them on.
Right. Right.
Oof. Because I'm like 4 years back on those placards.
I know.
So.
I saw the picture Raul sent. I was like, damn, dude, his name's not even on that thing.
Oh man, now I feel bad.
Yeah.
But not so bad because it'd be on there 3 times. Yes, no, I have them all. They're ordered. We're good. I just gotta win the trophy bag to put them on there.
Oh no, those are the rules. That's it, fellas. You're in there with a trophy. You gotta let commission win. Ain't that some bullshit?
That's too good.
God damn.
And last but not least,
Oh yeah,
the last game of the week review matchup:
yeah.
Chris Alex versus Daskell. Chris Alex taking down the number 1 spot.
Ooh, dude, you love to see it happen.
I love seeing Daskell in the number 1 spot.
You know, it's fun. It is a lot of fun. Yeah, but you love seeing that underdog. I mean, Chris Alex was number 9, 9th place, taking down 1. Little Giants, man, I love it. I love that movie, dude.
Yes, Chris Alex's team, like I said, even before the season started, like I'm worried about that team. It could just go off, and it's about to, and it is.
But he did have a very off week last week, only getting the 129. It has not been typical for Daskell's team. But again, I couldn't look. I think he was missing Mahomes last week. Right, were the Casey on bye last week?
Casey was on bye last week.
So yeah, but I mean he was still he's still a game ahead. He was 2 ahead. Well, he was 1 ahead of Raul and Johnny.
Yeah, he's 6-2 now.
Yeah,
I mean, good for you, Daskell.
He's in a good spot right now. He's
good
in a good
for
spot
you because beginning of the year, looking at all our data, he was not a 6-2 team.
Right, exactly.
So good for him.
Right.
And he wasn't.
And he's playing Johnny this week, so again, it's
I hope he
first
wins.
and fourth. You hope Daskell wins to get Johnny?
Fuck yeah.
No, I don't.
Fuck you, Johnny.
I want a level of playing field for everybody. Fucking damn, dude. God. Talking about your emotions, man. You let them come out real fast. Oh, fuck Johnny,
hey,
dude.
Man,
Dude.
I don't need to wake up at 7 in to waiver wire blues.
Okay, so that was like, first of all, dude, Johnny Heavy dying. He's like, I guess I'll just fuck off back to my corner of the country. I lost it, dude. I told my wife about it. I'm like, this guy's got me dying. But I was so excited about this morning because I was kind of curious on what the reaction was and what was happening with my 3 tight end pickup, right? Just trying to box out Raul wherever I could.
Right.
On whatever team I could.
You were picking up tight ends everywhere. You still got one.
He sure
did.
did.
Granson's a good play.
But he's kind of in a 3 tight end situation with Moali and the other cat over there.
Yeah.
But I think he knew who I was going for. I think he knew I was going to go for Kmet Disley, and I think he probably had a good idea I was going for that Vegas tight end.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And that was both the right one for. And I think he knew that. I think that's why he pivoted to Granson, dude. It was a nice little chess game we were doing.
I know. I love it.
I couldn't wait to see the reaction this morning. And then I saw, 2 hours ago, my thing goes through, or whatever time this morning it was.
Yeah.
And then I saw Johnny reacted to it like immediately. Almost.
2 in the morning.
It was within an hour.
Like, dude, what are you doing?
Because it was the same amount of time away.
He's an hour ahead. Johnny, we love you. I say fuck you in all the nicest ways.
It's the best, dude. It's the best.
You know, it's tough love out here.
Yeah, it is tough. He loves it. He loves it. Oh boy.
No. All right. So let's just plow through.
Just
Yeah,
no break.
We're not gonna take a break.
Dude, fuck
We're
a
gonna
break.
go
We're swearing a
through-
bunch on this one. It's
we
like
got
a nice,
football.
easy Sunday.
We got football to watch.
Yeah.
Um,
I want to catch up to see how we're doing.
yes. So I have 5 notifications through the Sleeper app.
Ugh.
Hopefully it's not
Just itching to check.
people
'em.
talking. I do want to check.
Isn't that the worst though? Like, I get a notification. It's like, is it someone talking or is it a big play notification?
Right.
Which one is it?
Yeah. I have no clue. But anyways, some big buys this week: Cleveland, Dallas, Denver,
Mm-hmm.
the Giants, Pittsburgh, and San Francisco.
Yeah, except for the the Steelers. All those teams have some heavy hitters in them that I'd be missing.
Yeah.
Honestly,
absolutely.
literally everyone except for the Steelers. I couldn't think of one person I'd be missing in the Steelers right now.
Pickens.
Really? He wasn't pretty. Oh, I'm saying as far as someone who's been productive for you so far this year. You know what I mean? Someone you could definitely count on as a producer. A Barkley, a Chubb.
Right. Well, there's also Pickett. Pickett. I mean, so
Yeah.
Pickett's got to be even better now that Claypool's gone.
Sure. Yeah, that's true. But that didn't. Yeah, that's true. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on the
We'll
Steelers.
see.
I'm really not.
Me
Not-
neither.
I am. I'm not.
I think it's the end of the Mike Tomlin era.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can't be stepping on the field tripping people and all that kind of stuff.
That was like 5 years ago.
No, I remember it.
So do I.
I will never forget it, dude.
The little just over the shoulder, like, oh,
Like, dude,
I'm on the field.
Dude, you knew what the fuck. You were staring at
Yes!
this huge screen.
I
You
know.
were staring at yourself
Yeah,
at
no,
one point.
you could see it. You see it
Fucking
coming.
idiot.
Yep.
Terrible.
And that was against the Falcons. Yeah, I remember that.
I'll never forget it, dude.
Yeah,
It's
that
crazy.
was-
It's
that
crazy.
was
It's a
great.
coach. Really, dude?
I do.
Come on.
Hey, that's grade A coach moves right there. You know, we got Mike Tomlin trying to trip people,
boy.
and we got
Oh,
Deflategate. We got that going on.
oh
you know.
yeah. It's an East Coast thing. What are you gonna do?
But anyway, this week's picks. I
Yeah.
haven't watched any games. I should pick before
So-
the games are over.
Yeah. So, and what happened was I had taken a picture of my noon picks before the game started, and those are what I'm using right now. And I had actually already made all my picks. I forgot my page at home. Thankfully, Kamish printed me out another sheet, and I, like I said, took a picture on my phone. So I made all my picks before the game started. I would love to change a couple of these, but what are you gonna do?
Oh,
Can't
so
do
you're
it.
not gonna change? Like I wouldn't have known.
Nope.
You're
No.
gonna go for it, all right.
Honest engine.
Well,
Honest
we
engine.
both for week 9 we both picked Philly. Mm-hmm. That was a given against.
And you're supposed to
Houston.
be picking on the spot this week, right?
I am picking on the spot.
Yeah.
I took a minute and a half and I scribbled everything down.
Yeah.
But let's start. Sunday noon games going on right now. Chargers at Atlanta. I chose the Chargers.
I did too. Even with all their issues
Yeah.
with Allen and Williams, and I think the Chargers are still better than Atlanta.
And yeah, I agree with that.
Not that Atlanta's bad, because I would not say they're a bad team this year.
No, they are a surprisingly great mediocre team. Mm-hmm. if that's a good way of saying that.
No, absolutely.
Ah.
No, I agree with that 100%.
So yeah. Other than that, Miami at Chicago. I chose Chicago.
You did.
I certainly
Nice.
did.
Good on you. I chose Miami, but I like where your head's at with Chicago. Hopefully Claypool, like I said, comes out and does a little magic
Yeah.
today.
Home game. Chicago has been losing, but they're right on it.
It's chilly
They're
today.
right there.
It's chilly today.
Yeah.
Miami's
No Miami weather.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Ball's a little harder.
Yeah. After that, Carolina at Cincinnati. I picked Cincinnati.
Yeah, I wanted to pick Carolina after their showing last week against the Raiders,
Right.
but I don't. And again, am I just pretending Cincinnati isn't a bad team because I like Joe Burrow so much, or are they just
Well, you're pretty biased.
I am super
because
biased.
you have Joe Burrow.
right? And you don't even have anybody on the Browns, and you're super biased against the Browns. You love picking the Browns,
I do love picking the Browns.
and you don't have any vested interest in the Browns.
Not at all.
Weird stuff.
Because they're good. They're right there, man. They have they're right at the potential. I love Brissett. It's gonna suck to see him get benched for Watson.
And
Here
what,
coming
2
up
weeks?
soon. Yeah.
Is that what it is? Something like that.
That's gonna. He's Brissett's good.
But they paid for Watson, so they're going to play Watson.
Yeah, they're gonna
Has to
touch
happen.
his peen, and
Oh.
Watson will be happy.
They have some sort of situation set up, hopefully, over
Something's
there.
happening over there in
Cleveland.
Yeesh.
God.
Oh my gosh. After that, Green Bay at Detroit. Funny enough, I picked Detroit.
Are you really? You think Green Bay just will not be able to get out of the tailspin, huh?
I think they
Okay.
are just losing.
Yeah. It's another
Detroit,
away game.
Detroit, like we talked about weeks prior, before their shutout with New England, they were the most scoringest point
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've lost their great tight end, but they didn't really utilize Hawkinson.
Yeah.
And until their players were injured.
Detroit's issue is they are scoring the most points in the league right now, and that is without a game. So, I mean, it you know
They're
what I mean?
scoring points.
No,
They're going to score on Green Bay.
They're getting Green Bay is going to score some points on them, but you
Yes.
think Detroit's going to eke them out?
I
huh?
think this will come down to a field goal.
Okay.
It could be.
A high.
It could be. Dare I say one of the highest scoring games? I don't know.
Do it. Do it.
No, I can't.
No,
That's gonna be Seattle, Arizona.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be the highest scoring game.
Okay.
But
I'm picking Green Bay
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised.
against Detroit. I'm picking Green Bay. I think Green Bay knows how to win against division teams, and I think they know how to win against the Lions.
Well, everybody knows how to win against the Lions because that's what everybody's doing.
For a second, I thought you were going to say everybody knows how to win against their division teams, but you even took it up another notch and said the Lions. I love it, dude.
Everybody knows how to beat the Lions, but I think Green Bay's just they're going to be confused. Everyone's just going to be like, "What's going on?"
What do I do? Who am I throwing?
Granted, and I'm going to repeat, I have no idea what's going on.
Right.
In football.
You are clueless.
And
You
I
have no idea what's
absolutely
happening.
know.
I love it. I'm so excited.
After that, Indy at New England. This is a tough one, but for some reason, I'm still all in on Indy.
Yeah,
dude.
it's doing it. Dude. Why? God,
And I don't know why. I mean, they
don't have their quarterback. They don't have their running back.
But I'm still going for Indy. It could happen, man. It could
Come
happen.
on, dude. I'm picking New England. I'm picking that big,
Good.
bad New England
Yeah,
defense.
you should.
Oh, you love the Colts.
I don't know why.
God,
I
you would
don't
think
know
you're from
why.
Indiana or Ohio.
But I'm not. Not even close. Oof. Yes, Indiana.
Oh, so
Next up,
good.
Buffalo at the Jets. You got to go with Buffalo, right?
It's an easy pick, I
Yeah.
think. Not that I don't like the Jets this year, because I do.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're actually a really good team.
It's shocking. It's surprising. I love it.
After that, Minnesota at Washington. I'm taking Minnesota. They only have one loss. They're just going for it.
And they're not going to lose to Washington, I can't imagine.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Next up, Las Vegas at Jacksonville.
Oh, I'm also picking Minnesota, if that wasn't abundantly clear.
Oh, I
Yeah.
figured.
Yeah.
I figured. But I'm picking Jacksonville over Vegas.
See, and I picked Vegas.
You picked Vegas?
I did pick
Yes.
Vegas.
God, another win in my category.
Yeah,
Let's
well,
get
we'll
it.
see. Because I know a little bit about what happened this afternoon.
What happened this afternoon? Oh, no.
And that was like, okay, so full disclosure, I thought I originally picked Jacksonville. And I was like, shit, I wish I would have picked Vegas because I think they do some work. And then I checked that picture. I'm like, oh, I did pick Vegas this morning. Good on me.
Good for you.
Yeah. So, yeah, you got
But that's only
Jacksonville.
the first quarter.
It is first quarter, yeah.
We'll see what happens. Going into the afternoon games.
Yep.
Man, a lot of noon games today.
Yeah.
Afternoon, we have Seattle at Arizona. I'm taking Seattle over Arizona.
I'm taking Arizona. This was a tough call for me.
This was a tough call. This will be the highest scoring game
Yeah.
of the week.
I like it. Highest scoring
I think
game.
they're just going to go for it.
Marking it.
Next up, Rams at Tampa Bay. I'm picking Tampa Bay over the Rams.
I am too. Rams, man, they did
Wow, I'm
not
kind of
look.
surprised by that, to be honest.
You know, I'm off the. I'm off my. I know when to give up on a team, and the Rams was like 3 weeks ago. I should have, but I'm doing it now.
No Indianapolis, right? Yeah, so Tampa Bay over the Rams.
Yeah.
After that, we have Tennessee at Kansas City. Old Dirty Mo. I got Kansas City going
Yeah,
for it.
you got to pick Kansas City over Tennessee. They're coming off their bye week, I do believe, and yeah, they're at home. Yeah.
And then last but not least, I have Baltimore at New Orleans.
You do?
Baltimore taking it.
I have New Orleans.
Thank you. Thank you, because New Orleans is another one of those teams where I'm just like, I'm all in, and I don't know why.
Sorry, I hit the microphone with my pencil. It's weird. I feel like the more they're losing their players, like the better they're getting. Right? Michael Thomas hasn't been doing anything, and I feel like he was doing stuff at the beginning of the year, then he started not producing, not playing, and
Right.
the Saints are getting I feel like they're getting better as the year goes on. I know Alvin Kamara sure shit is.
Yeah.
Like he's looking like his old form 4 years ago almost at this point.
Which is scary. Which is scary good.
And then your guy, Olave, they just got some issues or some threats, and then Taysom Hill, I mean that dude's just a dangerous guy. He's a dangerous Renaissance man.
Yep.
And their defense ain't bad either.
No, but it's going to be a great week of football. Yeah.
I'm looking at this. Their defense is allowing the 3rd highest points in the league right now. I feel like they're good, though. I mean, I don't know. New Orleans is
good. Baltimore is losing some games that they shouldn't have lost.
Yeah.
Like, they're defeating themselves.
Yeah.
Both are injury prone. But I think Baltimore is going to edge it out.
Yeah. I will say,
That's
right
just
now,
me.
you do have 32 wins for games that you've picked different from me to my 21 wins. So you're still 11 games up for me.
Ooh, about to be more.
But we both have picked the winner 41 times.
Yeah.
And we have both picked the wrong team 29 times. Last week was a huge for us. It was our best week. We got 7. I mean, we only missed 1 game last week.
Right.
We called incorrectly between the two of us. We have done that before, week 4. But we also correctly called the both of us 7 games.
Yeah, we're good. We're on it. And you edged me out this past week.
Yeah.
With wins.
Yep. Just
taking
no.
them back.
Yeah.
By 1.
Yeah. But again, you still have a pretty healthy lead on me.
We're only halfway through.
Halfway through the season?
Yeah.
No, we're more than halfway now, right?
Are we?
It's week
Week
9
9?
today, so
Well,
14 is the start of playoffs. So we
for
got,
us, yes.
For us. 9,
Yes.
10, 11, 12, 13.
So,
we only have 5 weeks, including this week left.
Man, time flies, doesn't it?
It does.
Dang.
Raul's still crushing with 35 waiver wire moves, by the way.
I know.
Crushing.
He has $3 to his name, still making moves every single week.
Oh, and I did not update for this morning. So he's got 36. I added 3 this morning, so I'm up to 13.
Yeah, with all your tight ends. You're hilarious. What a good
spoiler
day.
alert, I'm going to drop them all tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine.
Most
if
of
you have
them.
the bench space, I have a tough time with my waiver wire stuff.
Well, yeah.
But, because
Yeah.
my bench is awesome.
That's the thing is I'm having a tough time figuring out who to let go, but I've got, I have a bunch of running backs, but they're not all great running backs. I got them some 3rd stringers that I know are going to be waiver fodder that I can just let go to pick people up. Not necessarily to play defense like I did this time, but just for bye week issues and watching out for 2nd and 3rd stringers for some injuries that are going on.
Right.
I think Johnny's issue is he never had a handcuff.
Yeah, I just don't think he's being as aggressive as he could. Well, I mean, he did spend $50 on a QB. Granted, that's big. That's our league.
He's got 12 moves throughout
because
the
he
season.
did that. I had to do that, but
Right.
and he set the motion that we all have to spend that much money on quarterbacks. We don't have to,
No.
but we're gonna have to.
No.
Yeah, no, let's not. But anyways, let's go watch some effing football.
You want to call it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
do
it. Hey, nice, easy Sunday. Hopefully, it will be out before the night game. Like I said, I've just stopped editing these altogether.
Right.
I know when to put the sound cues in, but I take out pen clicks and I don't take any of that stuff anymore.
Well, I've gotten rid of the pens, so
You have.
I've not been clicking.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes I laugh a little loud, and it's a little, and I have to bring that down in the editing. I fucking stopped doing that. Sorry, fellas.
We're cool.
You guys know me.
They love it.
I'm a loud guy.
We're good. You are a loud guy. Good for you. But anyways, yeah, this is week 9.
Today is week 9.
Pigskin isn't just for cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy football podcast. Thank you all for listening. We love you. Have a great evening.
Kiss and cousins. We'll see you guys next week.